With Morrowind, when you were mentioning that, it's one of the Elder Scrolls that I haven't played. I really got into Elder Scrolls when Oblivion came around. Uh, but have you seen
Oh, it's Oblivion.
what?
I'm sorry, not Morrowind.
Oh, nice. Um, but what I was going to say, have you seen the new technology that's come out where people can go back into old games and redo all of the assets because of the way the Nvidia graphics cards can pick up the stream and actually change out the assets? I think it's part of that Omniverse. That looks absolutely amazing. They were showing Morrowind as an example of where they are going in and changing these assets out for obviously much higher fidelity assets, but also then incorporating the new technologies as well, like ray tracing, and everything else that comes with it. And some of the Morrowind stuff that I saw looked phenomenal. The fact that people can remaster games like that without having to have all of the source code is phenomenal.
He donated writing to a companion mod for Oblivion, Nord Alchemist Vilja,
Okay.
which you can find on Nexus,
Okay.
with over 130 voice lines written by him.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So it's not just the story; it's the actual
It's the
dialogue
actual
and everything
companion.
else. Nice.
Guards is an amazing book. Guards is dedicated to all those, and why not? As it says in the, I haven't read this in a while, but I know these books really well. Who are stormtroopers or members of the palace guard whose only job it is to die in a hail of bullets or arrows around Act 3 to show how good a shot the hero is, and
Yeah.
nobody asked them if they wanted to. Guards is about the city guards of Ankh-Morpork, which is Captain Sam Vimes,
Mm.
who's a drunk. But he's not a drunk, he's an alcoholic. He's not rich enough to be a drunk. Captain Coulon, or Sergeant Coulon, rather, who's very, what's all this thing? His good friend Nobby Knobs, who sidles everywhere and just, things happen to
I
everybody.
like how these characters all have.
Oh, yeah. And then brand new recruit, the dwarf Captain Carrot, or not Captain, Private Carrot, who was raised by dwarfs but is 6'5" and called Carrot because his shoulders are out here. And I always picture him as Captain America, which is why I do the American accent for him. But Guards is about these four watchmen in a city where organized crime is legal. There is a thieves guild.
Nice.
And all people want from the guard is to go around the place very quietly saying, 10 o'clock and all's well, until a dragon attacks.
Right. And then they want more.
And dragons don't exist. But this one's burning the city down.
Right. Oh, dear.
If you've enjoyed my voices, please write to the Pratchett Foundation and demand that I be allowed to narrate all of the books on Audible.
I like them so far. I'd like to. You should do it. You should do a small run of them.
Yep. There's a wonderful moment in one of the later books. I'm trying to remember which one it is. When Nobby Knobs gets a girlfriend, which in itself is a bit of a problem because he's like 4 foot tall, covered in spots and boils, terrible hygiene and personal habits. And she is a 6'4" exotic dancer with big personality and general bigidity, as is described in the books. So Sergeant Coulon's trying to just talk to this about Nobby because it doesn't make sense. Well, she says we're like two halves of the same soul, Sarge. Nobby walks on for a bit and then realizes that Sergeant Coulon has stopped walking behind him while his lips move. Yeah. Two halves. Yeah, I could see that. Not like the same bit in both halves, sort of like sieved. Very clever writer.
Yeah.
Pratchett is probably the most responsible for my sense of humor of anyone on the planet. Like, I grew up with these books. I took him the hearing of his passing very hard. I have to say.
I should get these books so my kids don't go through the same lack of Pratchett. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Right, I just clocked the time. It's coming up to 5 to the hour.
So we managed to talk more about Pratchett than anything else. So
Yeah.
you know.
You're welcome. That's what happens with these streams. Yeah.
So if you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, comments, jingles or interpretive dances, or Terry Pratchett quotes, feel free. Meanwhile, Mikey, what do you
Fire
do
away.
for the rest of the night?
Crying, curling up in a ball, arguing with OBS, all of the above.
Standard Monday night stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to play Zomboid?
Right now, no. I'm tired.
I'm going to have dinner. That's what I'm going to have after the stream.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my hand clawed. Thanks, Boodle.
Of course. Yeah. And
I
with
see no questions.
no, I don't see any questions.
No?
I'm hungry now. So
Yep.
thank you everybody for joining us. I'm going to say this because then if there are any questions, they'll definitely come. It's called Sod's Law. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I had a lovely time, and thank you for the jelly and the ice cream.
You're more than welcome. And we shall hopefully see you all this time next week. Well, not this time, but an hour ago. Time.
Yeah, that
week.
time. Then.
Cool.
We'll see you that time then.
Bye.